So you may not want to post this. That's a shame. That's okay.
I'll take it from here.
I did hit the record button. Every once in a while I'll slip up. But that's good for me. Means I can just, there's no permanence here. So we don't want to try and turn it into something with any permanence. But yeah, this notion of our limitations and finding ourselves at home with them. It's okay. It better be, because that's the way things are. So in studying the Dharma and things that are universal, that's one of the things we can count on, is our limited understanding. That we can count on. Because we can count on impermanence. We can count on interdependence. We can count on suffering. But that's not what we're generally looking for when we're looking for the absolute. We want something we can really get some security from. This is just kind of pulling all our supports away. That's why so many Zen stories are about just that, pulling away supports, so that we can actually find our comfort in having those removed. And to find our comfort in reality as it is, rather than something we've constructed, fabricated. Some beautiful religious narrative. If you believe this, you'll be safe. It's a storyline that's had some legs to it. That seems to work for a lot of folks. And we're taking a very different approach. If you find your essential nature, your true nature, in this realm of emptiness, of constant change, of no self, interdependence with everything else, no separation, that is salvation. That's being saved, being liberated. It's incredible. So it's helpful to be able to look at that. Because of our limited view, we have the limited view of Zen practitioners. So we look at it and we think, oh, well, of course. Not everybody's going to look at it. You're coming at it from the standpoint of a set of dogma. And to say that's all empty. Now, we have to be understanding from our limited view. It's easy to see the limited views of others. At least be able to understand why they may not be just blown away by getting some exposure to Zen and say, oh my gosh, how could I have missed that all my life? Some of us do respond that way. I know I did. I think some of you did too. But not everybody's going to. We have to understand that. Dogen helps us, because we find ourselves going down that same road. It's kind of a road that comes with being limited. We carry this dual nature. If I can enter into the dualistic realm, because we're bringing the conventional into it. We have this fact that we are Buddha nature, and yet we're also these beings circulating out there in the world with the myriad things. So to awaken is to see our true nature, to have that, gain that insight. Actually, there's more there than just the conventional way of living our life. And that understanding that is wisdom, is prajna. It's not just understanding the emptiness of all things. It has to go beyond that. It's re-entering the world, carrying that wisdom back with us into everyday life. Because we can't escape everyday life. Attempts to do so are doomed to fail. So all things are like this. It's one of those, for me, it was always kind of like a powerhouse statement from Duncan. So simple. 5 words that help me from periodically, because it has a universal applicability when we're dealing with dharma. It's just all things are like this. Carrying that kind of guidepost of prajna with me. All things are like this. All things are dharma. Dharma gates are boundless. Buddha nature runs through all things. It all is kind of just expressing the same thing with different words, slightly different perspectives. And the thing that makes Genjo Koan one of the most important texts within Soto Zen is the fact that in barely over 2 pages, he packs so much in there. Whew. So much. In fact, I would go so far as to say that and the Heart Sutra, for me, are the 2 most important texts in the chain book. So I could pull those 2 out, and not that I'm volunteering to do this, but I could get rid of all the books at home, and with the Heart Sutra and Genjo Koan, I feel like I've got my Dharma treasury that I can.
You didn't meet a lady selling rice cakes, did you?
That's why it pays to keep it simple. You get in trouble when you've got all those books. I would have that very much in mind as I was unloading them. Just get to the heart of the matter and keep that always present, uppermost. The real crux of the matter. So my talk wasn't too much longer than what it takes to chant the Genjo Koan. So that's good. I think I'll bow out. Open it for any comments, questions. Yeah.
For me, at least, this takes a great deal of intellectual humility. What I realize is somewhere back here, I still want to believe there is a Bible, not a religious Bible, but
Right.
all the answers.
All the answers.
And accepting our limitations,
Yeah.
I think, is a hard thing. It's harder than I think I ever thought it would be.
Yeah. 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 See, that to really get to the essence of dharma is a humbling experience, actually. Put such emphasis on letting go of the self, dropping off of body and mind. Otherwise, we can't get there. Otherwise, things like impermanence and interdependence are thoughts. You're thinking about the Dharma. But to really become one with the Dharma, we have to become very humble. Very, very humble. So just sitting is the ultimate in humility, you might say. I'm letting go of myself just to sit for 30 minutes with nothing to attain, nothing I'm trying to accomplish, just being present. So being with each thing that arises, because all things are like this. So Dharma will fill the 30 minutes. If self is dropped off, it can come forth as it is. But as soon as I try to know it, to understand it, the way we do that is by encapsulating it. It's a thought. So that's why the term intimacy keeps coming up. It's not thinking about it. Yeah. Think about it, or we can really be it through and through, which we are. We're so filled with thoughts. Go back to last Saturday. That's where our life, the way it unfolds, is thoughts about thoughts about thoughts. And Zazen is about non-thinking, beyond thinking. So we can be the Dharma. Also known as taking refuge. So we can't take refuge truly until we've had that dropping off. Because that's how refuge works as refuge. Is that I drop off the sense of a separate self. The separate self, the refuge, I might get some temporarily and maybe partially. It's never this complete refuge that we experience when we've dropped off self. Now it's just a visceral feeling, an overwhelming feeling when we let go of self. But if we're still holding on to self, then we'll be worried if we have some refuge. Well, but how long will it last? Then what? What's going to happen? And when we're taking refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, that kind of a concern doesn't come up. Because you recognize it's always there, that refuge. Our true nature, the true nature of all things. So that's the power of this particular path. Not built on any set of beliefs. Because beliefs can change. What you believe in one day, tomorrow you might realize that was a misguided belief. I need to change that. So, anything else? Okay. Let's get home before the rain gets here. So. May our intention equally penetrate every being and place with the true merit of Buddha's way. Beings are numberless, I vow to save them. Delusions are inexhaustible, I vow to end them. Dharma gates are boundless, I vow to enter them. Buddha's way is unsurpassable, I vow to become it. All right. Thanks for joining us, Chris.